everybody, and welcome back to episode 27. 27 of Salty Blowie. We're getting up there. We're getting close to 30. It's crazy.
My age. Almost my age.
Stupid. You wish. Happy Father's Day to all the other fathers out there.
Happy Father's Day, y'all.
I got my card this morning, and says Big Daddy, obviously.
We make homemade cards. We're on a budget.
But just to show you, and if you can't see it in the video, I will post a picture on our Instagram. But I won't tell you all the mushy gushy shit she says. But basically says, thank you for all you do. Here's some boobies for you. She knows how much of a perv I am, and so put these little areolas on a goddamn piece of paper that she drew.
He got excited, I'm sure.
So I used my imagination. So only she could make a card like that and have it be perfect. Couldn't find that in a store. So
could it? So it's extra special.
So yes, happy Father's Day. Hope everyone is enjoying their Father's Day. I'm expecting a lot of yummy barbecue smells around us.
Yeah, true.
After this is done, we're gonna get some yummy lunch at Giovanni's in Morro Bay. We've yet to be there or eat there, so and it's hot as fuck here right now, and it was in the morning when I went to the store, so
yes,
it's
we're
only
gonna head over
up.
to Morro Bay, get out of the heat, hopefully.
So, yesterday we went to this just to tell you real quick, Jamie hates the fucking cold. Like she is the ultimate bitch, or pussy, whatever you want to say. She just does not do well in the cold.
He's not lying.
my ears hurt. My
so
head,
when
like,
it's windy,
when
it's windy, my ears like instantly. I've never had earaches or ear infections or whatever. But whatever reason, when it's windy and cold, the first thing I need to do is cover my ears because as soon as like the wind starts hitting my ears, I get a headache. Like it's the weirdest thing. Like my ears, I don't know why, but wind and cold do not go well with my ears.
We don't even live in a cold place. I don't know why I haven't bought you earmuffs. I just need to buy
had
you
earmuffs back in the day. I did have earmuffs, yes.
That's funny.
Or those cute. Well, they have cuter things now, like the things that wrap around your head, the bands that girls wear, the sweater bands or whatever.
Yeah.
I have some of those too, and I do wear. I've worn those when we've done like the Christmas walks around the lake and stuff when it's cold. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Like he's not even exaggerating. No. I'm super wimpy when it comes to being cold. Like I hate it. I hate it.
And I'm the complete opposite. I just tune it out of my head. And I remember going to football games back in the day and in my shorts and T-shirt, and people look at me like I'm insane. And I've never. I guess I just tune it out. When it's cold, I just don't think about it. It's just weird. We're the complete opposite when it comes to weather like that. But that leads us into how much she wanted to go to the beach.
Yeah.
The beach yesterday was supposed to be 65, 68 or whatever, but the fog wasn't supposed to burn off until like 4 or 5. And she had her mind on a mission, and was her heart on a mission, I should say, not her mind, and wanted to go. And so we got there. Sure enough, we rolled down the windows once we pulled in the Avila, and there was some wind, and it got cold. But once we got into the sand, it was warm enough to where the sun was peeking through a little bit sometimes and was bearable. But there were some times, especially when I got out of the water, where the wind would whip and I was cold. But that just showed how much vitamin C she needed yesterday.
CEA. Vitamin C I needed. And it's true. Like I was so determined to get to the beach. We hadn't gone in at least a couple of weeks because the weather has been not great on the weekends. Like we could go during the week, but with me being back to work with tanning and stuff, like it's just not as enjoyable during the week for us always, just because most likely I got to get back and get ready and cleaned up. So we usually save that for Saturdays.
And when we do go to the beach
or Fridays,
we don't like to go for an hour. So
no, we stay. I mean, the day flew by yesterday.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be home to get ready for a family barbecue by like 3:45 so we can clean them, get there by 5, and we didn't leave the beach until like 4.
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta go, and he's like, what time is it?
I had no idea.
And I was like, it's 3:45, and that I knew that was the time he had said we should get home so we can start cleaning up. And he's like, oh my gosh, I thought it was like 1:30, but it was nice.
Seriously.
It was needed. Like he said, I was just determined to get to the beach. I didn't care if it was cold, rain or shine. I just needed that beach therapy.
Yeah.
For me, just to reset and clear my head. And I don't know why it wasn't like a horrible week. You know, I made a post about it. It wasn't awful. I just am having trouble getting back into the groove of things since this whole COVID thing, since the last 3 months of being out of work and kids being out of school at in the middle of March, and it just I don't know what it is. I'm just struggling getting back into my groove of life.
You know how you said Thursday, was it Thursday or Wednesday, when like all the little things were
going wrong,
like you drop something or hit something, or
that was Friday
all
too.
the small, you'd spill something, all the small things. It's like all that's gonna, until you find your rhythm again, like all those things, it seems like they happen all at once, like until you get into and it's so weird that coincides with just being off. It's just weird that it's coincidental.
I think it's just being
all that happens.
Yeah, just our whole world got flipped upside down,
and then you're trying to turn it back on the other side at a snap of a finger.
And being, and then not only that, but then I went to a new location, new protocols, new routine with my before and after my clients, like it's just everything, and then and then at home too, just getting back in the swing of things, and it was just a week, for sure, and it was one of those things where everything was just going wrong and irritating, like stupid things. Like he was saying, I spilled something, I got like stuff on me, here, just dropping things. Like I was just flustered. And I wasn't grumpy or anything so much. It was just, I was just flustered and not, I just felt like really wound up, I guess.
But when small things happen like that, even if you're not grumpy, they can make you irritable because there's so many small things happen that the next small thing will set you off.
Yeah.
So it's like when that stuff happens, you get frustrated. You're like, why is all this small shit? Even it's something as subtle as dropping your keys on accident. You're like, I have to bend over and pick up these fucking keys, like small things like that. So
yeah, for sure. So beach was good. It was a good 4 hours or whatever we were there. When the sun came through, it was beautiful. When it was not, it was chilly. And by the time we left, the breeze wasn't going away. So it was definitely time to go anyway. But I'm ready for the week. I still feel like it's going to be a little flustery. For sure. I can feel that coming. I got a lot going on this week, but just going to go with it. Just roll with the punches.
That was my sunburn. So, speaking of new weeks, the gym is open tomorrow.
I know. See, and that's part of my oh my gosh, I got to factor that back into my days. We can't go together because kid care's not open, so we've got to go at different times of the day. So we got to determine on how that's going to work.
I think for the first month we can go together. I think if we're there for an hour and stamp, I think as long as someone's here.
That's all him.
So just no eating. No eating or nothing except playing games or something in their room.
We'll see.
I know, we'll see. But I am excited for it nonetheless. I know you probably haven't given any thought because we were kind of waiting on timelines and stuff for it to open, but do you have any idea of what you want to do when you get back? Or are you just going to break it in really slowly?
I'm going to squat is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
No, I'm debating on Steph Sanzo has some programs I might look into for some weightlifting, because that's ultimately, like I said, we have the Peloton here now and we do not need it collecting dust since we are paying for it. So I need to make sure I do that daily still. And then gym is going to be mainly focused on machines and weights, and my heavier lifting and building back up again for sure. So no plan yet. I know the focus will be weights.
It seemed like your body reacted really well to, like Stephanie says, like the bodybuilding workouts. It seems like you always reacted really well to those.
Yeah.
When it came to how quick your muscles popped.
Powerlifting though. But yeah. My main focus is going heavy right now, or trying to build up to heavier.
Oof, that's gonna
squats.
Going
Just
heavy sounds.
Squat with a squat rack.
It sounds yes, a squat rack. But going heavy sounds so bad right now. I know I'm gonna get so many headaches the first week just from the tension build up and not doing anything. And I'm gonna have to go so light on shrugs to.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm curious to see how the gym's gonna be. They're, with their new policies and protocols for COVID as well. And the social distancing and stuff, because again, it's going to be hard because there's so many people that we haven't seen in a while that are gym family.
Yeah.
So just getting back into that for sure. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I wanted to get your opinion on one of our favorite comedians, Chris D'Elia. There were some accusations that came out against him last week of some underage grooming, like courting, text messages, and all that. And one girl that had came out with the allegations, and then of course multiple 5 or 6 other girls had come out afterwards. And to this day, this morning, I had been waiting on a response, and both Jamie and I were like, "Man, it's been silent." And apparently, we missed the fucking response on Wednesday.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Where was that at? Where did you see it?
Entertainment.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
So he did come out with a response saying that, he knows his lifestyle is pretty, rambunctious, and he knows that he is a ladies' man, as Brian Callen said, but, he straight up denied the allegations and said that, I have never been with any underage relationships nor photos, inappropriateness, basically denied the accusations. And so I wanted to get your take on, it's so hard that in the cancel culture right now, where everybody wants to just cancel everything when something bad happens. And I think the problem for me is when you see someone, let's say on the left or right, when something happens to the opposition, they want to completely cancel them. Well, I think what needs to happen is, if it happens on your team too, it has to be both ways. If something happens to a Republican that the Democrats are like, haha, like, you deserve this. If something happens to your own, that has to be treated the same way. And I think in the justice system, that's called innocent until proven guilty. I think that, Callen put it best, where he's my friend. I have to believe that he's telling the truth, but also we can't be biased in just because it's your friend accepting that it didn't happen. I think that no matter what your views and stuff are, I think that as a society we need to look again at not just canceling each other for the sake of differing views, but having innocent until proven guilty on all. Doesn't matter whether you're conservative, liberal, and like in the middle. I just think that we need to get back to do like justice and having not this cancel culture of just because you're different, we need to cancel you immediately. So I don't know, how hard would it be if one of your friends, I know it's hard to not be biased, but I don't know, do you have any thoughts or want to add anything? That is just hard. It's just a weird situation because someone you're close to, you obviously don't want it to be true, but you can't be blind to the fact that it could be.
Well, I think I'd go straight to the source first, and WTF, is it true? And you hope that you're close enough where they're going to be like, yeah, I screwed up. Yeah. Like this is what's going down now. It happened, So you want you hope that friend, if you consider them one of your best friends, is going to be straightforward with you and tell it like it is. Like, yeah, I fucked up, so I'm about to go down. But I agree. It's got to be investigated. The facts got to come out. You see this a lot in entertainment industry now. My thing is, if you've done these things in the past, maybe you should come clean and tell them before, because one point or the other someone's going to say something. People are so happy, people are fame, whores, they want to be in the spotlight, and if you even send one message like, oh, hey girl, looking good, they're going to be like, hee, telling all their friends like, oh my gosh, look at him, he's famous, he hit me up, and then who knows where it goes from there, but it's going to blow up. And so my thing is, if you know you're guilty of things, then most likely you should probably fess up about before, if you're someone famous, and most likely people are going to put you on blast at some point, probably better off just coming clean, or when it does come out, just owning up to it. So the fact that he said, I did not, yes, I partied, and the funny thing is, he's not even a partier. I mean, he doesn't drink or do drugs. But he is like the ladies, as far as I'm understanding, he has settled down with somebody and they have a child, but he's on the road a lot. It is what it is. He said no, that's never happened. The investigation is going to happen. They'll have to dig. You were telling me the girl, what she's saying is now she's trying to cover her tracks. There might not be evidence. So who knows? He's still one of my favorites. If it comes out that, he did the dirty with some children or something, well, then I would probably have to, not keep him as one of my favorites, but you hope that they're innocent and maybe they made some stupid messages that they shouldn't have to some hot young girl or whatever, but we'll see what happens.
And basically, I think what I wanted to make a point of is if you're friends or fans of Chris D'Elia, the majority of people are going to side with him. If you're friends of this girl from ASU or wherever she's from, most of her friends and family are going to side with her. And what I'm trying to say is the point is that's not what we should be doing. If your friend is in the wrong, that doesn't mean you side with your friend. That means you support him and hope he pulls through, but that means you have to believe the facts when they come out. And I think that's a scary road that we're going down, is when people are so biased and so tribal right now because of the political system that everybody just wants to stick to their sides. If you're a friend of someone that they get in trouble, then
well, yeah, I mean, that's even as a parent, like you see these kids doing horrible things and shooting up schools, and immediately the parents are like, oh this or oh that. And I know you love your child, and I'm not in that situation. I hope I never am, but I would like to think like, oh no, you're gonna go and do something like this and you just ruin a bunch of people's lives, you off you go. That's not how example. I raised you. I don't want to ever be in that situation. I feel for anybody that's ever been in that situation, but I truly feel like if I know, my child is guilty of something that, they're being accused of, then I'm not going to baby them and protect them if they deserve what's coming to them. I don't know if that makes sense at all. But I mean, you see families in these situations where they immediately, majority of the time I feel like the families, if they're in the picture, are coming to their defense, to protect them. And I understand you love your child, and hopefully, that's just something that's a given. But I don't know. That's just my take, is if my friend's guilty, my kid's guilty, a family member's guilty, they got to deal with the consequences. Yep. I love you. I hope the best. I hope this, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, not cool.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd make those points. I thought that was interesting that we got that going on this week, and just wish that we'd see more people be fact evidence-based than emotionally attached to stuff like that.
Well, the shitty thing is, too, if it's not true, and this goes for anybody in the entertainment industry or in general, I mean, in anywhere, when people are accusing people of these kind of things, the shitty thing is, if they're doing it just for the spotlight, they just want it, for, the fame or whatever, you're ruining someone's career and their life. Ultimately, people are going to believe what you're saying. Some people are, and they're gonna, they're never gonna want to go to their shows again. They're not gonna support them. They're gonna, talk smack all the time. It's just sad when people do things if they aren't true, and don't realize was it worth your 2 weeks of being in the spotlight and all the uproar that you caused when this person now is
exactly, yeah. And even
dealing
if
with the consequences,
charges and all that are false, that asterisk is still going to be next to the people that won't believe it. He'll always have that asterisk next to his name, no matter what. So I wanted to show this video. I don't have a funny video this week, but I wanted to show this is a crazy one. This just kind of shows, we all know how shitty each industry or how each industry has bad people in it. This video really shows how fucking hard it is to never stop and give up, if you are a police officer trying to detain someone.
Oh my God, he's going to get ran over.
So they're both tasing him, trying to get him out. So I'm going to fast forward just because it's long. Jeez. But they basically, he's still resisting, still not trying, not complying. And so they're trying to get him. And they're doing everything they can. This guy is putting up a fight.
Jeez, he's strong.
Gets away. and gets his gun. Shoots that cop and then gets this one.
Oh my gosh. Is he still shooting? Or are
I,
they shooting?
I don't know. I think one of them is shooting.
Ugh.
And I didn't even watch this part because I
got
didn't
away?
know.
Oh my god, he got away.
Yeah.
That's scary.
So, both of them were shot. Both of them did survive. But it's just, man,
That's scary.
it's such an impossible job. And I think if you haven't listened to it yet, the Joe Rogan podcast that he just had with Jocko it's going viral. It's going all over the place. Jocko's such a smart guy. And this whole talk of defunding the police, the Jocko's spin on it of, first of all, hiring the right people, but putting more money into the police programs, not necessarily for pension's sake or for, any of that stuff, higher pay, but investing more in police programs where, they're at this job every day. I think he said like a fifth or third, like a majority of their time should be spent training. Like you shouldn't just go through the academy and then be done and have training here and there. He said, just like the military, like you should train all the fucking time to be the best. He said this job is all about your safety and the safety of civilians. Like you should be training all the time. And he brought up such good points of just we need to put more money into training the right police officers to make them better in these situations. And it's like this situation that we just watched, two police officers that both tased him. This guy put up a fight, and it's like they were beating the hell out of him, trying to get him down, and he still got away, got his gun, and shot both of them. Like, if they had better training, would they have been able to subdue this guy without any of them or anyone getting shot? It's like we know that there are bad cops out there, but we know that we can be better too. And I if you haven't listened to that episode, it's fucking great. And so, yeah, I know there's not much to add to it. I just thought that video was kind of shocking to watch. Like,
yeah, it's pretty intense for sure.
Pretty intense. So, yeah, that's what I had for video.
I got nothing. I did not prepare at all.
I know. So, yeah, I do have, and this quote goes perfect with yesterday. So I have a quote that I want to share with everybody. Be like the ocean, breathtaking to look at, strong enough not to be destroyed, and gentle enough so others find comfort in your presence. I like this quote because our love for the ocean, I was telling Jamie yesterday when we were there, my mom, and I don't know if it's something that, maybe it was just her anxiety, at her age, but as kids, me and my brothers, the ocean was terrifying for my mom. Like, she was just a stress ball at the ocean. I mean, we could go in knee high, and that was about it. We weren't allowed to go swim. We weren't allowed to do anything. And as an adult, it's still funny to watch videos on the ocean and everything and see how powerful but how peaceful it is. It's so weird that it can be both. Mm-hmm. That it can bring you peace and relaxation and comfort, and it can take your life away in a second too. It's so weird that it brings both of those emotions.
Right.
And so I thought that quote was just pretty, and one that would fit you as well for how strong you feel about the ocean.
I love the ocean from a distance. I mean, I find peace in it, but I'm not a fan of going into it. It does make me nervous. It does make me nervous watching the kids go out there, especially when they're out there with him, because he swims in it like he's a freaking dolphin. And so when
my hand is a dolphin.
So I would prefer the kids to go like not beyond their knees or ankles themselves, but I let them do their thing. They love to be out there. But for me, just hearing the ocean, laying in the sand, touching the warm sand because sand is warm and my eyes closed and listening to the ocean, I can tune out all the noise of the people around me. Like, it was busy every time we go. It's always busy, but I can just tune it out, hear the ocean, and it is relaxing for me for sure. But I am afraid of the ocean too. Like, its strength does scare me. So
there was another quote that I saw that was cool. It was, "We are drawn to the ocean because it is where we come from." I like that one.
Because I'm a mermaid.
Truth to it. So.
When you think you're King Triton?
Well, no, but we're single cell organisms that developed from water.
You're a jellyfish?
No. Damn it. So, yeah, I thought that was a good quote. So
that's cool. It's funny though how some people do not like the beach. I mean, there are people that are like so like, ew, I hate the beach. Like, and I get that. A lot of people don't like sand. Sand gets everywhere, but I just don't know how. I mean, if anything, that's part of the reason. I know other places have beaches too, but there's just something about our California beaches I just love. There's just one thing that I couldn't ever leave here is just being 25 minutes from the beach.
I don't know if people just think it's a lot of work or if it's...
I didn't love the beach having little children. I'll be honest. I wasn't one of the moms. I didn't have the kids, I was at the beach, whether it was with a friend or by myself, because you just can grab a towel and your headphones and a book and call it a day. Where with kids, I feel like it is so much work. You have to bring snacks and waters and ice chests and toys and blankets and sunscreen and
like we saw for the birthday yesterday.
Yeah,
the
people bring
8 trips by herself.
Yeah, pizza, and people bring in their strollers and tables and tents, and I can't do that. Like, that gives me anxiety. Like, nope. If we have to park far and the most we brought was probably a few weeks ago, and we had Alicia with us, and we had a ice chest and her ice chest full of food and stuff.
Alicia's shit.
I know. And walking, we had to walk pretty far with all of it, So I'm like, we'll wait here when you come. Go bring the car around, because I don't like dealing with all that. I'm like super minimal. Luckily, Cruz is so easy. We can bring him a towel, and if he wants a couple toys in a bucket, cool. If not, he is completely content just building with sticks and playing in the water. And yeah, so
a little boy came up to Cruz like, "Hey, let's go get these sticks." Yesterday, like out of nowhere, the second he showed up, and
it was so cute. He was so friendly. He's like, "Hey, kid!" I know. Then they played in the water for a little bit, but then his friends showed up, so then he was playing. But Cruz is totally cool with that. He just does his thing. So
yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what we got for you today. Anything you want to add?
No, I'm going to work on my calendar for the week.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. I do have someone coming from Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
For tan training. She wants to start her tanning business, something she's been talking about for about a year now or so, maybe longer. But she's coming. She's driving Friday, staying in Paso till Monday. So Saturday, Sunday, we'll be doing her training. So I'm going to work on that today, get that set up. But yeah, and it's so cool, having clients and connections, because prices of the hotels right now are pretty pricey. Like, I don't know if it's because of making up for the lack of people vacationing and stuff, so their prices have gone up.
So
but I
high.
mean, we like to staycation. We had an opportunity to a couple weeks ago, because Mom had the kids, or had the little guy, and it wasn't even worth it. It was just so expensive. We only do it when it's, in a reasonable price range, because obviously, like I said, it's only 25 minutes from home.
If the fucking pool and spa's not going to be open,
the pools and spas, I think, are starting to open, but they weren't at the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she was looking for rooms, and she figures she's got to come here and she's going to stay for a few days and stuff too. I didn't, we had talked about her staying here at the house, in our little home, but I was so glad, because our house is small, and she's like, no way, no kids, no husband. I'm soaking this in, I want staying in a hotel.
Hell yeah.
But I have a client that, was talking to while I was tanning her this past week, and told her my friend was coming. She has a pretty good connection for something that is going on in Paso. But anyway, she said, call this hotel, give them my name, ask for the sales, department, and they'll hook you up. And oh my gosh, she gets to stay at a super nice Paso Robles hotel for dirt cheap. And she was so excited, because she was waiting for a friend to give her a booking discount or whatever. So I was pretty stoked. I was like, oh shoot, I want to stay too. Yeah, so she'll be here. We'll get her tan training. I'm going to work on that. But anyway, it's just nice to have connections, and, I appreciate, things like that so much. I don't think people realize, like, I truly appreciate, little things like that. But yeah, so. Pretty excited.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna head out and go get some lunch. I'm probably gonna get my training shoes, or try to find some so I can work out this week. The only thing I have are my squat shoes, and I only wear those to squat. They're not light enough to do athletic stuff in, so.
Are you going to Dick's?
Maybe.
I'll wait in the car with Cruz.
All right. You want to go in?
No, because I'm still trying to minimize our exposing him and bringing stuff, with all the stuff still going on and
I saw a shit
enforcing
ton
the
of
mask.
kids at the grocery store today not wearing masks.
Well, I don't think he has to, but I mean, I'd rather, I'm working with people again and stuff, just trying to minimize exposure and touching everything. So I don't need anything right now. Let you go and shop for shoes. He can play in the car, and I'll get some work done.
Well, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Hopefully you get to see some real movies today instead of this shit.
They just did. You're welcome.
So, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and we will see you all next week.
Word.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.